Two.
Statistics from the Center for Bioethical Reform say that in our country, about 1.37 million abortions are performed a year. This means that approximately 3,700 babies are being killed daily. They also state that 1% of all abortions occur because of rape or incest. 6% of abortions occur because of potential health problems regarding either the baby or the mother. And 93% of all abortions occur for social reasons, such as an unwanted child or inconvenience. On behalf of all those children, I ask, where is the justice? I would like to first warn that throughout this speech there may be disturbing facts or images that will be shown, but are necessary to reach the reality of abortion. I am convinced that even though some of you may not have been involved in a situation where you have gone through the abortion procedure, you are likely to know a friend or a family member who has gone through this painful process. This speech is designed to inform and bring forth the true existence of abortion so that you may recall every day that abortion is remaining to take lives. I am here today in front of you with a passion. Throughout the research I have done of all sides of the matter, there is no doubt that innocent children are not given the ability to grow up and make a difference in this world. These delicate children are not even given a chance. Fortunately for me, my birth parents did not believe in this cruel action, and I am alive today with a healthy and with an adopted family that I love and can call my own. Abortion stands for the surgical termination of a living being. Today, I will first give you the reasoning for abolishing abortion. Second, explain the effects abortion has on the mother and child. And third, we are going to seek the alternative answers. Now that we've covered the purpose, let us go into looking at abortion with more depth. Facts and reasonings contribute to why abortion needs to be abolished. On dictionary.com, abortion is defined as a removal of an embryo or fetus from the uterus in order to end a pregnancy. However, there is much more into abortion than just terminology, for therein lies an ethical message. To discover morality, let us look into the medical procedure that takes place. The 5 types of procedures in abortion are dependent upon which stages of pregnancy. To evaluate the time frame, the last menstrual period, or LPM, is taken into consideration. The procedure ranges from a pill being taken to thin rods of seaweed stretching the cervix to make an opening. Surgical pain is then intensified as tubes are used to suction out the living fetus, and the fetal skull is crushed. As you can tell, physical hurt is brought upon the mother and the child. As we have walked through the surgical procedures, let us move on into the activists of the abortion issue. First, the neutral and moderate viewpoint neither supports the abolishment to abortion or the extermination of a baby. Second, the pro-abortion or liberal stance is that there remains to be no law protecting the life of an unborn human. Thirdly, is a pro-life radical standpoint of the belief that all, especially the unborn, remain to have legal and civil rights. Now that we have covered abortion through medical terms, let's move on to the humane standpoint. Banning abortion will give a voice to the unborn and peace to the mother. Many past abortion patients are affected and haunted by the physical, emotional, and spiritual side effects. The elimination of this invasive procedure will significantly reduce the risk to the surgical health risks associated with abortion. Yet conditions may escalate to dangerous circumstances, such as damage to the cervix, which can cause infertility. Also, perforation or the rupture of the uterus is also liable to happen, along with other physical difficulties. Are these the risks that women are willing to take? Removal of abortion will aid in reducing emotional and spiritual risk in women. Countless women have gone through the tremendous physical and mental pains of abortion. Please listen to this testimony. A former mother once said, 2 weeks after the abortion, I went into labor. I staggered into the bathroom, and there with my husband beside me, I delivered a part of my baby that the doctor had missed. It was the head of my baby. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, thinking I hear a baby crying, and I still have nightmares in which I am forced to watch my baby being ripped apart in front of me. I simply miss my baby. I constantly wake up morning wanting to nurse my child, wanting to hold my child, and that's something the doctor never told me that I would experience. And there are many more unspoken women who can agree that despite their efforts, abortion has truly changed their lives forever. Not only are there sobs from the unborn, but you can also hear the cries of their afflicted mothers. Valuing the quality of life begins with abolishing abortion. In observation of history, even throughout Bible times, abortion was considered so imaginable that there contained no Israelite code against and about this procedure. Unborn children and their mothers were valued as treasures in such a way that an Old Testament legal code declared that if any pregnant woman was harmed, punishment would be inflicted upon the offender. This law depicted that harm done upon a living human being should not be taken lightly. As we looked and understood the personal effects of abortion, let us now reveal the varieties of options that can also benefit those who are involved. Despite raging emotions of nervousness or fear of discovering that you are to expect a child, there are alternative answers. Abstinence provides ultimate assurance of not receiving an unexpected pregnancy. However, if involved in sexual intercourse, protection is key to prevention. If the child will not be able to be brought up in a safe home, then provide a home for a baby through adoption. The adoption process grants a newborn child a foundation of suitable parents and a warm home in which he or she can grow. In time of need and encouragement, seek those who want to help. Locations such as the City Life Center, crisis pregnancy centers with staff trained and eager to assist those in need. Understanding friends and family may also become the biggest support group. Just remember that you are not alone. Now, as the audience today listening to an anti-abortion speech, you will now be given the responsibility to love. Locate the truth of the beginning of life. Seek also answers that will benefit the mother and child. Undergo investigation and search for facts. And finally, value life and take a stand. In conclusion, as we have gone through statistics, images, and hearing a testimony, they have all related to the facts that abortion is defined as a cruel act upon the living, developing baby. Let us be their hope, their shining light. Throughout this speech, your eyes and ears have been opened by realizing why abortion needs to be abolished, the importance of giving a voice and assistance to the mothers, and the provision to those seeking alternative, secure answers. Now, remember that in a situation that you are involved in, you are given the means to speak for the mother in pain and for the suffering unborn child with medical and researched facts. Thank you.